I'm gonna bring me Luther. Can you be my tutor? I'm about to feel like tutor. Can you be my tutor? I'm about to feel.
Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin aka Mr. Musharati and I am your favorite tutor. And in today's video, we are going to continue the process of solving question 2 from the 2024 Math 1110 tutorial sheet 1. And without wasting much time, let's jump straight into it. So what we have here is question 2. If we can have a recap of question 2, we are basically being asked to shed these two sets here, B intersection A minus C complement and the set B intersection A union C complement in each and every one of these two Venn diagrams. So in the previous video, we basically sorted out the first part, which is Roman numeral 1, and now we have to sort out Roman numeral 2. So in Roman numeral 2, we have to shed the set B intersection A union C complement in each and every one of these Venn diagrams, and we're going to start with the Venn diagram here on the left hand side. So I'm sure you can see that we already have it prepared right here on our answer sheet. We are then going to move on to shade the same set on the Venn diagram on the right hand side, which is this one over here. I'm sure you can see that these are two different Venn diagrams. So before we can actually get to the point of shading the set on each and every one of these Venn diagrams, we need to simplify the set, and we're going to do this by multiplying the complement on the outside with everything that is inside these brackets right here. So when we do that, we're going to have a situation where we have B intersection A complement, and then the union sign is going to change to intersection. So we're going to have intersection C complement. So now B intersection A complement intersection C complement is what we're going to use to shed on these Venn diagrams. Now, before we can actually get to the point of shading this entire set on this Venn diagram, we need to break it down first. And breaking it down, we're going to do just like we did in the previous video. We're going to start with the set A complement intersection C complement, and then we can move on to the rest of the set where we have now set B as well. Before we can actually even get started and move on to actually shading A complement intersection C complement, we are going to have to shade A complement alone, and then we're also going to have to shed C complement alone on this Venn diagram. After we are done with that, we are then going to use or utilize the other Venn diagram that we have at the bottom here. But I won't get into so much details at this point. I will allow you guys to just see why we are going to do what we are going to do. So follow through so that you don't get left behind. So when we shed A complement, it's going to look something like this. Alright, so we are done shading A complement on our Venn diagram here, and you can see that A complement is just everything outside the set A. Now let's move on to shading C complement. When we shed C complement, it's going to look something like this. Alright, so we are done shading C complement. So C complement, just like A complement, is everything outside the set A. So you can see that there are no red lines inside the set C. The same way there are no blue lines inside the set A to represent A complement is the same way we do not have red lines inside the set C to represent C complement. So everything outside the set C is where we have the red lines, and this represents our C complement. Okay, so now we know what our A complement is. Now we know what our C complement is. Let us find the common part between the two sets. That is, we are looking for the most common shaded area between A complement and C complement, and that area is basically the area where we have both red lines and blue lines. Why red lines and blue lines? Why do we need to have both? Because that is the intersection between the two sets. So now, to just help us highlight and see this area properly, it's going to be this area outside the set A and the set C. So this entire area outside the set A and the set C is basically our A complement intersection C complement. So everything outside this black line that I've highlighted here is our A complement intersection C complement. So the next part now, after finding out what our A complement intersection C complement is, basically transferring our A complement intersection C complement to the Venn diagram that we have here at the bottom. So we need to transfer this entire area that is on the outside of our black line to this Venn diagram at the bottom. So when we do that, our A complement intersection C complement is going to look like this on this new Venn diagram. Alright, so now we are done shading our A complement intersection C complement on our Venn diagram at the bottom, and you can see that our A complement intersection C complement is basically the area outside the entire set A and outside the entire set C. Just in case you couldn't see it more clearly on the Venn diagram on top, now you can see what A complement intersection C complement actually looks like. So now that we are done illustrating or showing or shading our A complement intersection C complement, we can move on to shading our set B on the second Venn diagram at the bottom. And when we shade our entire set B on this Venn diagram at the bottom, it's going to look something like this. Alright, so now we are done shading set B on our Venn diagram at the bottom. So you can see that every area that has the red lines is our entire set B. So we've shaded our entire set B. Now that we know what our A complement intersection C complement is, and we also know what our entire set B is, we need to find what is common between the set B and the set A complement intersection C complement based on the question that we have here, or based on the set that we've been given here. So now, which part actually has both the red lines and the blue lines? So we will see that the area that has both the blue lines and the red lines, it is part here that I'm going to highlight with the black line. So this entire part right here is our B intersection A complement intersection C complement. This is the area that is common between the set B and the set A complement intersection C complement. Why? Because both the blue lines and the red lines are shaded in this particular area. So now we know what our final answer is. So let us transfer it to the Venn diagram on our main answer sheet. So when we do that, our B intersection A complement intersection C complement is going to look something like this. Alright, so this is our B intersection A complement intersection C complement. This is the area that is common between the set B and the set A complement intersection C complement. We've basically shaded this area on our Venn diagram, and we are done with this part of the question. And now that we are done shading the set B intersection A complement intersection C complement on our final Venn diagram over here, we're going to do one small little thing for the unbelievers out there, and that is prove that the set that we have shaded on our final Venn diagram is really B intersection A complement intersection C complement. And we are going to do that using the elements that we have here and the Venn diagram that has these elements illustrated on it. Alright, so now what we're going to do is obviously do what we did in the previous video, and that is find B intersection A complement intersection C complement, right? And we're going to use these very same elements that we have here. Okay, so now the first thing that we need to do, like we did even when we are shading the area on the Venn diagram, is obviously find what our A complement intersection C complement is. So we're going to first start with finding what A complement is. So A complement, as we can see from here, is basically all the elements that are not in the set A, and we can see that these elements are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, so these are the elements in the set A complement, and we're also now going to move on to find C complement. Alright, so when we look at set C has the elements 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Therefore, C complement is going to comprise of the following elements, and those elements are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are there, and then we're going to move on to 6, and then we're going to have 8, 9, and eventually we're going to have what? We're going to have 10. So these are all the elements in the set C complement: 0, 1, 6, 8, 9, and 10. And now let us find the set A complement intersection C complement. And obviously this is just what's common between this set and that set. And if you look carefully, the elements that are common in these sets are 6, 8, 9, and 10. So these are the elements that are common in the set A complement and the set C complement. And now that we know what our A complement intersection C complement is, let us move on to find what is common between the set B and the set A complement intersection C complement. Alright, so when we look at our set B, we have 4 there. Do we have 4 in our A complement intersection C complement? No, we don't. Do we have 6? Yes, we have 6 in both sets. So B intersection A complement intersection C complement is going to have 6 as one of the elements. How about 8? Yes, 8 is both in the set B and the set A complement intersection C complement. So we're going to have our 8 there as well. That concludes the elements that go into the set B intersection A complement intersection C complement. So now that we have found our B intersection A complement intersection C complement, let us shed the area that has these two elements on our Venn diagram at the bottom here, the one that I've just ticked. Alright, so when we pay close attention, we see that the elements 6 and 8 are in this section here. So let us shed this section. So now we are done shading the area or the section that has the elements 6 and 8. And if we pay close attention, we'll see that this section that we've shaded here, where the 6 and 8, is just the same as this section that we've shaded on the Venn diagram on top, which illustrates or represents the area or the set B intersection A complement intersection C complement. And just like that, we have proved that the area that we have shaded in this Venn diagram over here is really B intersection A complement intersection C complement. So now we have completely finished shading the set B intersection A complement intersection C complement on the first Venn diagram that we have here on the left hand side of our tutorial sheet, the one that I'm just ticking right now. The next thing that we need to do is obviously shed the very same set on the second Venn diagram, which is on the right hand side of the tutorial sheet, the one that I'm ticking just now. But rather than shed this set on this Venn diagram in this video, I want to see whether you guys have actually understood the concept of shading sets on a Venn diagram. So what we are going to do is that you guys are the ones that are going to shed the set B intersection A complement intersection C complement on the second Venn diagram on the right hand side of our tutorial sheet. And once you are done shading this set on the second Venn diagram on our tutorial sheet, you are going to submit the answers into a WhatsApp group whose link I'm going to provide in the description below. So the link to the WhatsApp group where you're going to submit your answers has been provided in the description below. So join the group using the description below. Let's see if you've actually understood the concepts. And once you submit your answers there, I'll be right there to help you ensure that you have done the right thing. So the final solution to shading this set on the second Venn diagram is going to be provided in the very same group. So do not miss out. Ensure that you join the WhatsApp group, and we're going to continue the discussions from there. So thank you very much, and see you guys in the next video.
Can you be my